Hello, Coolman229 here, and I want to talk about Mighty Number 9 and the immense amount of hatred this game is getting. And I have to say, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I mean, I can understand there were issues with the Kickstarter, with the Kickstarter, the backer prizes, and that some people were getting wrong codes and stuff, but I can understand having some issues with that, but I'm seeing people who've never had any stake in this game at all, probably never even played a Mega Man game before, jump in here going, yeah, this is the worst game that's ever existed. A lot of people are saying this is like the biggest disappointment ever, and I don't get that. I mean, back 3 years ago when this Kickstarter started, I remember when it came out. I remember when it was announced, and I said when it was announced, "Oh, that sounds cool. I'm not going to participate in it since I'm always suspicious of crowdfunding, always. So I don't do that sort of thing. But I said, if the game comes out, I'll buy it and I'll play it. And guess what? The game came out. I bought it. I played it, and I have to say, I really like this game. No, really, I really like this game. This is Mega Man, but better. Really. I played Mega Man before. I played the classic games, not so much the newer ones like the Battle.net or some of the other ones. And there's something about it I could never really get into. Probably because they were really freaking hard. And this is hard. No, trust me, this game is hard. And it only gets harder. Like, the normal mode, it's the easiest difficulty. I have so much trouble on that. But it's satisfying to beat. I don't really get why people are saying this is such an awful game, and people are calling Keiji Inafune a con man. Now, I don't know about the other versions, but the Wii U version has all the content that was promised. All the content that was promised with the stretch goals. They mean the intro stage, the extra stages, the stage built entirely for Call. The role of the game. The online, battle, like, versus mode and stuff. I mean, I went and looked down I waited till I beat the game to see how much got unlocked, and all the content was what I saw in the stretch goals. I've actually been wanting to make this video pretty much since the first day I got this game, because I really wanted to address this, but I wanted to wait until I had at least beaten the game. And I'm close to beating the expansion story, the Raise campaign. It's her right there. And since I've beaten the game, I feel like I have a bit of a grasp on the game in itself, having played every level many times, because I died many times playing this game. So I feel like I can address some of the things that people have been talking about. One of the biggest things I've been hearing people say is that this game, quote, doesn't get Mega Man, and that Inafune doesn't understand anything about Mega Man and stuff. And what kind of baffles me is that when I first played this game, it felt so Mega Man. You could make this a Mega Man game by not changing any of the gameplay, and this would be a Mega Man game. I mean, and from the character perspective, it's very Mega Man. I mean, you have Beck, who's obviously Mega Man. You have Call, who's Roll. Then you have all the Mighty Numbers, who are obviously the Robot Masters. You have a Dr. White character, who's obviously the stand-in for Dr. Light. I always want to say, I keep mixing up Light and Right, because depending on the Japanese, but you have a Dr. Blackwell, who's, basically your Wily character, but it has a number of other characters in it, and it feels Mega Man. And when it starts off, it's just like present year, even though it's like in the future and stuff with robots. And it exudes Mega Man-ness from the gameplay to the story, but the story actually tries. I'll get to that in a bit. But I mean, from a feel perspective and an aesthetics perspective and the way the characters are, totally Mega Man. Game design wise, totally Mega Man. Like, when I was playing this, I felt like this was just a 2.5D version of old Mega Man levels. Like, it had that same style. And I've heard people complain about the game design in this, saying it's a piece of garbage. And I'm just like, no, I really don't get that. I mean, unless these people who've had really, really crappy glitches. But, I played through the game. I played through the entire main campaign. I'm almost done with Ray's campaign, which is going through a lot of the same levels with Ray, which is a totally different experience, since Ray plays entirely differently. But, and the level design has always felt really good. And hell, each of them have a really good art design too, especially like Brandish's stage. I think Brandish is Mighty Number 7. Yeah, I think Brandish is Mighty Number 7. Because, it starts you're on this highway and it's like raining, and you go through this tunnel and you come out, it's like sunset in these mountain areas. Honestly, it was like, and I have to say, that part stuck out to me. Some of the other places look really good. Everything's nice and distinct from a aesthetic, artistic design. And the gameplay just feels nice on it. Honestly, this game is really good. And, the only way you'd probably not enjoy this game is if you're trying to play it exactly like an old Mega Man game. Because the dash mechanic in this it's not required, but it very much is. I think it makes things a lot easier, especially considering, you absorb the Zell from weakened enemies, and that helps boost your gauge to get a recovery item, which very helpful. And when people say that, the game design is crappy, I disagree. I heavily disagree. Having played numerous platformers in my life, this is a good platformer. And it's unforgiving. This is old Mega Man style unforgiving. It's not unfair. It's just really hard. So, I just don't get that. And people will say that the story is crap, and first off, who goes into a Mega Man style game expecting some sort of deep Isaac Asimov story? Honestly, I was really impressed with the story. I didn't expect it to actually do anything. I was just expecting a bunch of levels that were loosely tied together by robots are attacking. But no, they actually managed to make an interesting story out of this. And on top of that, there's actually a lot of backstory too. Like, they talk about stuff like this is like several Mega Man games in sort of thing. Like, Mighty Number 9 takes place. Like, there have been events that have happened in the past that are alluded to and mentioned. And man, it's like, man, I want to see that. And I think this is one of the reasons why they wanted to make a TV show, because they have a lot of story to tell, and I'm really interested to see that. And, I don't want to spoil anything, but, because there actually is something to spoil. There's stuff to spoil. But I actually really enjoyed the story for this. So when people say it's crap, I'm like, a game like Borderlands the pre-sequel has a crap story. No, the games I have don't, but I can't think of other games that I've actually bought and played, but this is a decent story. At the very least, it's serviceable for setting up the characters and the scenarios they're in. And honestly, I think they went above and beyond when it comes to writing. One thing that I really love is that each of the Mighty Numbers has a personality. Like, some of them even talk to you, throughout the stage, and some of them are really quirky. Some of them have, like, one of them, Cryo, likes to make lots, or not Cryo. Or a couple of them like to make puns, and it's like, and what's really cool is that once you beat a Mighty Number, whatever, whichever Mighty Number is whatever a boss is weak against, that Mighty Number will appear in the stage after you beat that one, and they'll offer advice, and it basically giving you a hint of this is the one that's, going to help in that stage. Like, there's one Pyro, Mighty Number 1. Then after, obviously he's fire. You get a firepower from him. And then you have Cryo, the ice one, it's Mighty Number 2. When you beat Mighty Number 1, then you play Mighty Number 2's level. Mighty Number 1 appears in that level. He'll offer advice on it, and it's not like he does anything like directly, but he's in the background of this one part, like melting ice, and he's just like, bro, I got this back. And it's just nice little touches like that. I think a lot of people are overlooking. And then I'll get to the next part, is the voice acting. I was surprised. Like, people are complaining about the voice acting, and sometimes there are some good voice actors in this. Yuri Lowenthal is back. I was shocked when I found that out. Like, when I was playing this game, I was hearing these voices. I was sitting there like watching the cutscenes, and I'm like, the voice acting it's actually pretty good. I expected it to be really cheesy. Like, I was expecting it to be, what is it I'm fighting for? But no, it was good, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, I recognize these voices. And looking up the IMDb, I mean, Yuri Lowenthal is back. If you're not familiar with Yuri Lowenthal, he's done a lot of anime work. He's Suzaku Kurugi in Code Geass, and if you want something a little more mainstream, he's Sasuke Uchiha. No joke. So this guy's been around for a while. Like, he's done a lot of work, and like, he has a huge IMDb page. He's the main character back. Dr. White is played by Jason Spizak. He's Razor in Green Lantern, the animated series. He's also Wally West in Young Justice. And if you're a Fallout fan, he was Volb Kata of Caesar's Legion. Volb Kata. And yeah, he's another guy who's done a lot of work. And he was good. There's only a couple parts where it looked like Jason Spizak wasn't told that Dr. White was like being animated. But honestly, a couple hiccups and an otherwise good performance I can handle, especially in an indie game like this. Matthew Mercer is in this too. He's Mighty Number 1. Is my number 1. If you don't know who Matthew Mercer is, he's Crom in Fire Emblem Awakening. He's also McCree in Overwatch. Then there's Fred Testaskro. I can never say his name right, but he's done a lot of stuff. He's another one of the Mighty Numbers. And then my favorite is Mighty Number 8, Counter Shade, voiced by Steve Bloom. And when you play that level, you hear him, you know it's Steve Bloom. Like, this isn't even one. He's pretty much using his Steve Bloom voice, and I was like, I knew it going in, but when I hear it, I'm just like, that's Steve Bloom. And you can see why they gave him to Mighty Number 8. He's the one who talks the most out of all the Mighty Numbers. And I really enjoyed it. So, and I even looked up some of the other voice actors who I'm not familiar with, and they've all done video game voice work before. Like, they didn't just hire any schmucks off the street. I'm actually surprised at the effort they put into getting these voice actors. I can't speak for, like, the French or the Japanese. I don't know if they, were any good, but at least for the English, whoever did the localization did a good job on the voice acting. I mean, and just, I can't complain about that at all. And one thing I have to say is that this game is exactly it's more than I expected. Now, a lot of people probably have been waiting for about 3 years for this, so a lot of people probably had a lot of built-up expectations, especially if they were a backer. But this game fulfills every expectation I had and went above and beyond. In some ways, the game this game is, at least this version of the game, has a few technical issues, but nothing game-breaking. I've only had the game freeze on me once. I mean, I played Arkham Origins on the Wii U, and that game, yeah, it only froze once or twice. But then I had a couple bugs that made it where I had to restart the game several times. As much as I love the game, that game isn't technical. It has a lot of technical issues. And this has less. This really does. But I feel like a lot of this is just bandwagon hate. I really do. And I'm not saying that because, oh, no, this is such a good game. It's like, no, when the game first came out, I said, I'll buy the game, I'll play it. I'll see how it is myself. I'm not going to let a bunch of people on the internet tell me how I'm supposed to feel about a game like this. Especially one that I've actually been looking forward to playing since it was announced. So, and I played the game and I really like it. And I know a lot of people who are complaining haven't played the game. And I don't know, I can't speak for any other versions. The Wii U version, it's pretty solid. It's outside of a few issues. And a couple parts where it slows down when there are like a bunch of explosions during like a set piece. But really, nothing that makes the game unplayable. Overall, the gameplay is actually really solid. And I just really feel like so much of this is just someone who said, I hate this game, then a bunch of people just started joining in. And honestly, it's really disappointing that so many people want this game to fail. Like, there's a lot of malice in this, and I don't get it. Why do people want this game to fail so badly? I've heard Kenji Inafune called a con man. Like, why? I mean, I've actually, one of the things I've heard people say is that this is, it's not Mega Man. Well, no, duh. Does no one remember what happened with Mega Man Legends 3? Does no one remember that Capcom is pretty much all but, killed off the Mega Man franchise? Like, how long has it been since we've actually gotten a new Mega Man game that wasn't like some sort of re-release? I mean, really, does no one remember what happened with Mega Man Legends 3? With the game being so big, super anticipated, and then gone. And Capcom, and all of a sudden, Keiji Inafune leaves Capcom, and then, all of a sudden, and the game gets canceled. And even though we know what they had, we know they had a fully working demo, and then they were refused to release it, and something happened. Capcom has this hate boner for Mega Man now. I don't understand why. I think one of the fighting games, the newer ones that they had, you were talking about having Mega Man in it, but it's bad box art Mega Man. Like, what? Even was it Tatsunoko versus Capcom had Mega Man Volnut in it, and it just why? And I know people are like expecting this to literally be Mega Man. This is a Mega Man style game. It was up front about that from the very beginning, and I don't get how people mess that up, but that's what this game is. It's a Mega Man style game. You got your Mega Man. He fights robot masters. You get powers from each of them. You do Mega Man things, but it's a newer game, and it takes that game design, revamps it in a modern way, and some people, there may be issues with the Kickstarter. I don't know, I didn't keep up with it. But that has nothing to do with the actual game itself. And people calling this a piece of crap, saying this is the worst disappointment that we've waited after delays, and Duke Nukem Forever? Too Human? Does no one remember Too Human? I'd like to forget that game, as well as Duke Nukem Forever. It's like, of all the games that people have chosen to absolutely despise, it's my number 9. I've seen this game get scores 5s, 5 out of 10s across the board. The highest score I've seen from an actual review place is like 7.6. And honestly, even I think that's being a little mean. I mean, this is a solid 8 at least. If the technical issues bother you. If they don't, then I'd say a 9. I mean, if I did review scores, and once I complete the game, I'll probably try to put together an actual review. But this game, I really like it, and honestly, I think a lot of people aren't giving it a fair shake. I'm telling you right now, if you like Mega Man games, especially the Gold Classics games, and you want a game that'll give you a challenge and provide you with some good content, get Mighty Number 9. No, seriously, get the game. I mean, no, just to tell you, it's not exactly Mega Man. It's Mega Man-like. Because if Kenji Inafune made a Mega Man game, he'd get sued by Capcom. That's why this is Mighty Number 9 and not Mega Man 11 or whatever. I think they made Mega Man 9 and 10. But please, I just beg of people, please just give this game a fair shake. Don't listen to the hate. Yes, I did. Please, I honestly think the game is worth checking out, especially if you're a Mega Man fan. That's really what I have to say. And some people are going to disagree. Some people will refuse to change. But honestly, really, this game, in my opinion, doesn't deserve the hate.